Hi guys, and welcome again with a new video. Okay, we are in the last part of creating a website with just HTML and CSS and some image. Now after this, let's start creating a website with a JavaScript because you need a system to create a more powerful website and more animation with a nice and a better and of course without any error with a JavaScript. Okay, this is a part 3 of create a master website. We don't use JavaScript, just we use an image, a little image, and just HTML and CSS. And I have a part 3 with a before and after instead of using image. If you guys interested, you can check my channel right now. And the part 2 of for advanced CSS and the part 1 for a beginner CSS. Check out our channel and make sure to subscribe for a new video because after this we're gonna create a website with HTML and CSS sometime, but our goal is JavaScript. So let's do it and let's finish our final lesson. Okay, now in HTML I have two style of the CSS and the middle of the CSS, and I have an icon for adding an icon from this website. You can add it right now in a script, and you can just go to the website and just copy this script and paste it in your HTML. And without any talking, let's do it, guys. Okay, now first I will create a hero for the home page of our real page, as you can see it here. Okay, now I will create a hero div. Now inside the hero, first let me create a header for the menu and the log, as you can see it. So let me just create a header div. This is our header in the top of this home page. And now create a logo, and let's type a logo instead of using image. So let me just create h1 and let me add a class list logo. Inside it, logo. Oh, you know what? Let me add a span to add a different color. Span. Go. Here we go. Now let me just add a nav list for this menu, as you can see it. So let me just create a UL and add the classes for it. UL. And let me add a class list. Let me a nav. Okay. Now let me add a list. First list is a home. And let me just copy paste it. Okay. Second list be about. And the fourth and the third list be a blog. And the fourth list be a by. Okay, this is our header. As you can see, this is our menu and this is our logo. So this is our header. Now let's go to create this image, as you can see in the top of this menu. And after this, we're gonna create this title and this image, as you can see it right now. So first, let me just create this image in the top of this header. So let me just create a div for this image to set position on absolute to change of the position to be in the top of this header. So let me just name it simple. Let me just name it top image. And now inside it, add the image. Okay, now let me add the image, and let me just add it circle to PNG. Here we go. This is our image, and yep, this is a first image, and we're gonna go in a CSS to set the position absolute to set the position for it and for the top and left, and we add the width and the height for this image. Now let's go for creating this title and this image. So let me just name it. Let me just name a box for this title and this image to be inside this box, and let me name it a project 1. Okay, this is our real box of title and image. Now let me add a title. Let me add a h1, and let me add a span AI payment generation. And let me add a P, and I just copy this and paste it to go fast to the CSS. Okay, this is our description, and let's go to create this image, as you can see it. Okay, now this is our title, as you can see it, and the next is create an image for this, and let me just create a div and name it home image to inside it be image that we want to use it. Okay, let me just create a div for every image I want to use. I want to use a 3 image instead of 1, and I will tell you a reason why I just use a 3 image instead of 1 in a CSS. But let's just continue, guys. After this, you're gonna learn everything. First, let me just create for every image of this 3-1. The first image, as you can see, this rotate, but the second animation, the animation is reverse instead of forwards. This is why I create this 3 image, as you can see. So first image, let me just name it center for this first image, and let me just add an image, third image. This is the first one image, and let me just copy paste it, second image and third image, and let me just name it 2 3, and that be this, the second image and the third image. Okay, this is a 3 image that we're gonna use it to add the animation for this forwards, and for this second image to be a reverse instead of a forwards. Okay, this is our hero page, guys, as you can see it. Let me just check it. Now let's go to create, and if we get an error and anything, we just miss it, we're gonna see in a CSS. But let's go to create this about page. So first, let me just create a section to go in the next page. A section. Now inside the section, let me just create this image, as you can see, just like we added here for this header. Let me just copy it and paste it here. Okay, this is image. I want to add a position absolute for this about page. Okay, now let's go to create this about page. Let me just create a div to be all of this div be inside it. This is our real box, guys. Okay, this is about, and let me just create a text for this. As you can see, this is a center text. So let me just create a text center, and let me add the h1 and the p, and I'm gonna just copy paste it here. Okay, this is our text center. We want to add the text line center to be a center. And now let's go to create this icon and this text to have a display text, and this 3 box, as you can see it, and this image in the center of this. So let's first, guys, let me just create a div to add a display flags for this 3 box of 3 icon and 3 text, as you can see it. Okay, so let me just name it grid flags. Okay, guys, now inside the grid flags, let me just create about row for this 3 box, as you can see, to add a flag station column to be in the next line, as you can see it here, for this text and this icon. So about row, and now create box for this text and this icon. Simple as that. Just create a row for this text and for this icon. And now let me just create a text center for this text h3. Let me just copy paste it here, guys. I'm sorry for this. Okay, and this is our text center. Now let me just add the icon. Okay, and let me just copy paste it. Okay, here we go, guys. This is our box of this text and this icon, and this is about row that we're gonna create. We're gonna use a 3 row inside it to be a flag station column. Okay, now let me just copy this. Yes, let me just copy this row and paste it 2 times. Okay, and let me just change icon and the text fast, and for this third one. Okay, here we go, and dollar and Android. Okay, this is the first box of about row. Now let me just create a image of this circle in the center of this. Okay, and let me just outside of this about row. So let me just create name it, just let me just name it simple. Let me just name it second of adding this image inside it, and let me just add a same. Let me just copy this, guys, and paste it here, and yep, paste it here, and the name of animation and the name of image circle to png. Okay, this is our circle. in the center of these two boxes of the left and the right. Okay, now again let me just copy, paste it here, guys. This is a third about row of this three box of the row. Okay, and let me just replace it, guys. The icon be a top. Yeah, the icon be a top and the text center be a down. Okay, yep, I think now it's good. Okay, there we go. And for this, and I will just change the text and the icon. Okay, now let me just change it, guys. The first of these, let me change it first. Yeah. Yep. And the last one for this icon. Okay, guys, here we go. And yep, I think everything is set, guys. This is a first box of about row of the icon and text, and this is a second box of about row, and this is our image in the center of these two boxes. Okay, and we're gonna check it if we get any problem with HTML in a CSS, guys. But let's continue, guys. Create a section for this section, and let me just name it work of this page. Now inside the work, let me first create a text. Let me just copy paste it here, and for this h1 and the p and a link of checkout. Okay, this is our text, and now let me just create this circle image, as you can see it, to add animation, and to add this box of this left and the right, and in this bottom, as you can see it. So first let me just create an image, and let me just inside the work, I'm sorry, guys. And yep, let me inside the work, and let me just name it third for this third image. Okay, and let me just, or you know what, let me just create it center. Let me just name it center 3, and the image circle, sorry, image circle to png. Here we go. This is our image of this third one. And now let me just create a box for this and for this and for this, and we're gonna create a box. Yep, let me just create it now. Okay, the first box one, let me add the icon, and inside the icon let me just add this icon of the PayPal, and now let me just add a text of this h1 and the description. Okay, this is our first box. Now the second box is the same, but the logo is changed, and we add the animation to be opacity, and for every second, for every 10 seconds, be a change it, be a Bitcoin and the PayPal. So let me just copy this box one and paste it to be a second box, so at a different position and a different style. But yeah, and let me just name it box on one. This is a second box, and let me just copy paste it of this icon. This is our logo PayPal, and this is logo of the Bitcoin. Okay, this is a first box, and this is a second box, as you can see it here. And we add the animation for this opacity to just keep changing of this box. Okay, now for the box 2 of this, as you can see, the payment of the Bitcoin that is showing here, and just we added HTML CSS, and we didn't add any JavaScript. So let me just assemble, and let me just create a box 2 for this payment of this, as you can see it. So in a box, I will create this div to add the display flags and justify content, be a space between, as you can see it here right now. So let me just name it box space, just like I said. I want to add a justify content, a space between inside of this box space, and let me just add h1 and the description. There we go. And yep, this is our box 2 now. let me just continue to add more of this and add a payment box space 2, and let me add the price of this Bitcoin, and yep. And now for the box space 3, again copy paste it, and let me just copy again, paste it here, and yeah, let me just this be a same of a box space 2 and this be a box space 3. Okay, and let me just add the icon for this box space 3. I name it icon 2, and inside it let me add the icon of the dollar. Okay, and for this, guys, for this box space 2 that we added here, let me just change of this. Okay, we add the style of the color of the red for this to show that this payment it's up or down, and yeah, and okay, and expenses as you can see it, and yeah. Okay, this is our box 2 of this, as you can see, of the payment, and this text as you can see inside it with a logo of dollar. And let me just again copy and paste it, guys, to change a position of this next box of the 2, and let me just name it just like the first one, on 1, and let me just on 2, box on 2, as you can see it. And yeah, we don't need to change anything because it's just a simple website. I just want you guys to learn it, how to create it. But yeah, let's just keep it right this, and we don't change it. And yeah, and now let's just create a box 3 to add the icon and the 4 icon as inside of this box 3. So let me just name it yeah, let me just name it box 3, and let me add h1 pay method, and let me add the icon 2, and yep, let me add the icon inside it. 4 icon, PayPal, Bitcoin, and this, here we go. And yeah, guys, this is everything you need to create this, as you can see it. We just create a lot of div inside this, so yes, I'm sorry for this, but yeah, this is for box, and we add the animation inside it. And now let's go for the next section for the cards. So the next section, the next section, guys, let me just add a text center to be a center inside it. Let me add h1. Okay, this is the h1, and now let me add a div for the buy of the card. This is a real div of this page. Now inside of this real div, as you can see it, let me add the first card 1, and let me add the text center again. Let me add the h3 with a description for this buy dollar for the card 1, and this is description as you can see it right now. And let me add icon be a center of this, so let me just name it icon center to add the position for this icon center. And let me just add it again, the icon. There we go. This is for the card 1 of the icon. And now let me just create a center card. Let me just create a center card, which is I want to use this image in the center of this, as you can see it, that just keep rotated. So let me just name it as I said, let me just name it center card to be a down. And now let me just use an image. Image. Okay, now let me just circle to png. Okay, this is the image, and yeah, this is our image, and this is our first card. And the next card, let me just copy paste it, guys. Name it a card 2, and let me just change the text with icon. There can be a Bitcoin for this card 2, and yeah, the same animation, and yep, the same image. And let me just change of this div and name it center card 2 for the card 2 of this image. this is our first card and this is our second card with a text center, as you can see it right now. And we're gonna style it in a CSS. We're gonna fix everything, guys. Okay, now let's go for the VG footer and the copyright to go in a CSS. Okay, now let's go for the next section to finish it. And let me just add a class list to add the background in for this footer, as you can see it. Okay, now let me just create a last center to add the image inside it, as you can see it here right now. And let me just again, let me just copy this, paste it here for this last center you want to add it, and let me just name it center as the normal. And now let's go to create a footer, guys. Okay, now for the footer, let me just create a text and let me add a logo. And for the description, and let me just copy paste it. I'm sorry for this, but yeah. And now this is our text, and now let's go to create these links for this footer. So first, let me just create a div and name it flex footer. So now let me just create a cool to add the flex section column for every link, as you can see it right now. So this is our cool, guys. And now add a p useful link and a link. Let me just copy paste it, guys, to go in a CSS. Okay, this is a first cool, and let me just copy paste it at the second cool and the third cool. Okay, this is our second cool. Let me just copy paste it, guys, and I hope you never mind it for this. Okay, the second cool and the third cool, we're gonna use a flex section column for the a link, and this flex footer we're gonna use a display flex for this cool, as you can see it right now. Okay, this is our footer, guys. Now let's go for the last, and the last is the copyright. Okay, now in the last of the copyright, let me just let me just create a section, and let me just name it class last. Okay, now guys, let me just create a copyright div to add a description for this copyright. Yes, copyright. And yeah, let me just add a text, and let me add a description for this, guys. Okay, this is our description of this copyright, as you can see it. And we add the class list of the last. We want to add the padding to be a 0 for this bottom and the top. Just we add the padding for the left and the right for this class list of the last. And yeah, this is our HTML, as you can see it, guys. And as I said, guys, if we get any error of this, we check it in a CSS. And let's go now in a CSS, guys. Okay, now I opened the live server, and yeah, and let me just resize it. Okay, now in a CSS, guys, I first add a star for this website to add a margin 0 and the padding 0 to remove this margin and padding for the HTML. Now, and we add the font family of the system UI. I start with the body, guys. So in a body, to add the color and the background, I add the color ghost white, and the background, let me add this color. Okay, this is our color of the background, and the width set it to 100%, and add the position relative and overflow x hidden to remove any overflow x if we have any overflow x hidden. And yeah, this is why I add overflow x hidden and the position relative. Okay, now this is our body. As you can see, we have the background and then the color of the white. Let me just add the WebKit scroll bar. And now, guys, I add the WebKit scroll bar. If you guys want to this style of this, as you can see it, of this scroll bar, you can just pause the video and just write this code and continue with this video. So this is our WebKit scroll bar. And now let's go to the start of this home page, as you can see it here, which is a hero page. And let me add the width 100%, height 100 ph, position relative. Okay, this is our hero page. As you can see it right now, we add the height 100 ph for this home page. So Now let's go for the header, guys, first, and after that we're gonna just set a position for this image to be in the top of this. So let's go for the header of the style of the CSS, and let me add a padding 40 pixel, 10%, display flex, and the justify content space between. Okay, and align item be a center, set a position relative. There we go. As you can see, we add the padding and this justify content space between to add the space for this logo and these links. Now let me just call a nav to add a display flex, and list style type be a none to remove this circle, as you can see it. And now let's go to the style of these to add the color and other thing. So nav lia of a link. Let me just first add the color and the text decoration be a none. Okay, and the padding 10 pixel, 30 pixel. Okay, and add a little margin for this 0 pixel, 10 pixel. Okay, this is our padding and the margin. And let me add a transition for using a hover for this, guys. So the transition, let me just use a simple transition for this. And now let's go for the hover of this a link to add a hover for this. Okay, now for the hover, let me just add a color, and let me just add a box shadow, just box shadow. We don't need a background, so just box shadow. So first one be a 0 pixel, 10 pixel of this color. Okay, and now let me just copy paste it again of this box shadow, guys. Okay, the second box shadow, and let me just be a 5 pixel, and next box shadow we're gonna use it inset, okay, to be inside it of this color, 3 pixel, 0 pixel, 30 pixel of this color. And another inset, let me just copy this, guys, and in the next inset I'm gonna use -5 pixel, this -5 pixel. Okay, now for the another inset, -5 pixel, and this be a 5 pixel. And let me add the RGB instead of color. Let me 50%, yes, or 5 for this RGB of the black. And for this RGB, let me add this 20%, change this 10 pixel, and let me add another 10 pixel, and for this be a 5 pixel. Yep. And yeah, oh, I'm sorry, the box shadow is just okay. Now let me just see it. Oh, here we go. This is our box shadow. This is our box shadow for the hover, as you can see it right now, guys. Okay, we create a hover for this nav lia, as you can see it right now, and we fix the problem. There we go. Now let's go to create a logo to a style of this text, and set the font size 2.5 rem. This is our logo, as you can see it right now, and yep, now the size is good. Now let's go to change this color of the go and this AI, as you can see it. So for the span color, let me just add a span, and let me add a color, there we go. This is our color of the span, as you can see it right now. And now let's go to style of this H3, H1, and a P for description. So for H3, I start with H3, guys, and let me just add the font size 1.6 rem, add the font weight, and add the margin bottom 10 pixel, and the line height 35 pixel, and the max width 500 pixel. Okay, here we go. This is our H3 for this style, and let's go to copy this and paste it for H1 and P. H1 and P. Okay, for H1, let me just increase the size of this. Let be 2.5 rem for H1. Okay, and let me just change this. Okay, and let me just add the letter spacing instead of line height. Letter spacing 2 pixel. And yep. And now for description, 1.3 rem for this description, and line height be a 35 pixel. Margin bottom, let be a 35 pixel instead of 10 pixel. 35 pixel for margin bottom. And yep, as you can see right now for this text. Okay, now we start off with this text. Let's go to the start of the section of this, and to add the padding for the next page. So section, let me add the padding 0 pixel, 10%, 170 pixel, 10%. Okay, here we go. As you can see right now, we start off this section. Okay, now let's go to the start of this title and this title description to add the custom font size for it. So for title H1, just let me add the title H1 instead of title description. And let me add the font size 3.5 rem. Okay, this size I think is good. Yep, everything it's good. Okay guys, now before the style of this image to be a top in a header of this logo, let me just first add a display grid for this title and add this image of the center, as you can see it right here. So let me just name it project 1. I think I name it project 1. Yes, project 1. Let me just call a project 1 to add a display grid, and let me just add the display grid and the grid template column, repeat to 104. And now align item center. So we add a display grid and the grid template column, but still not fixed because the image is too big. So first let me just finish off this style of this project 1, and I want to add a position absolute to be a center of this home page. So let me just add a position absolute, and let me add a padding for the left and right because I didn't add it, 0 pixel, 10%. Okay, and let me add the width 100%, top 50%, and the height 60%. Let me add the left 0%, and the transform translate y minus 30%. Now it's a center, as you can see it, but the problem is the image. When I resize the image, it will be fixed. But yeah, let me just resize this image and be a top of this header with a logo. So the top image, I think we call it a top image. Yes, a top image. So the top image, and let me add the position absolute, and let me add the top 5% and the left 70%. Okay, transform translate minus 50% and the minus 50%. Yep, now it's up over this logo, as you can see it, but let me just resize the image to be a little small. So set the width and the height 500 pixel. I just resized of this box of the top image. Now let me just style of this top image of this image. So the top image, let me just copy, paste it here, top image to the style of this image that inside of this box, as you can see it. Let me add a position absolute, or you know what, let me just copy this and paste it. Okay, top be a 50%, to be a center of this box 50%, and the z-index minus 1. index -1. Yep. Now we style of this image, as you can see it right now, guys. The style of this home image that we have here for this box of a style of this 3 image. So the home image, let me just call of in a CSS home image, set width 100%, height 100%, position relative. Okay, now we create a home image for this image of this weekend. Now let's go to create a center and set the width and the height for every image of this center that we added here. I want to add a width and the height for every image. So first let me just add a center of this to style it, and let me add the position absolute, or you know what, let me just copy this, paste it here to be a center of this home image, as you can see it right now. And let me add a width one and the height, set the width 100% and the height 85%. Here we go. And this is our center, as you can see it. Now let's go to a style of this image of the center. So center image. Okay, set the width, and let me just add again position absolute to be a center, and now add the width 700 pixel and the height 700 pixel. Okay, here we go. And yep, now let's go to create a center to image for this image. No, I didn't add any position absolute for the center to, but let's just go to resize it, center to image. Let me just be a center, no need to change it, but set the width and the height 400 pixel. Okay, as you can see right now, we fixed off of this center to image, as you can see. And for this center 3 image, let me just again copy paste it, 700 pixel, and let me just auto, or 700 pixel, doesn't matter, let me just auto. Here we go, as you can see right now, and we fixed the problem. Everything looks fine. This is, let me just show you the first image. This is the first image. Yes, this is the first image, as you can see right now, and this is a center image of this circle, as you can see the little circle. And the third image, as you can see it, it's a little bit like this, as you can see right now. But yeah, and when I finish the website with a styling, we're gonna create an animation for this and for this website to change the color and add a rotate for this animation. So let's just continue. And you know what, guys, let me just add a center 2 and a center 3 image to style it. And here, center 2 and center 3 image. Now for the center 2 and the center 3, center 2 let be left 400, let be a 49% for the left, and the set width 52% for the width, and the height 46% for this height, as you can see it. Now and the center 3 width and the height, let be 100% for center 3. Okay, and let me add the z-index, I just forget about that, z-index -5. Okay, this is this home image, as you can see right now. I think we add another top image. Let me just see the HTML. Oh yes, the top image too for this about section. Yes, as you can see it. Let me just create here like this the top image, and let be a top image, let be the same style of this top image too. And for the top image, I want to change the position. Let me just copy this, paste it here for the top image of this. Where is it? Top image 2. Oh yes, here we go. This is a top image 2. I want to set a position for this top image 2. So the top be a 46% for the top, and the left be a 4% for this. And set the width and the height be the same. Yep, nothing changed. Here we go. And this is and yep, And as you can see, this is the image for the top image too for the about, and we just style of this and we're gonna see it right now. So let's just do it. Okay, now for the about page, let's go to style it, guys. Now for the about page, let's go. This is the about page. Let me first add a display grid, and a grid template column repeat to 1, or you know what, 1 over instead of it 2 over. Okay, align item be a center and set a position relative, and the grid gap for distance or space 100 pixel, and the text align center. Okay, yep, I think now it's good. Okay, now we create this, and as you can see, we get a problem with this that have max width 500 pixel and instead be a center. So first, you know what, let me just here enough this here, let me just add a text center h1 or h3 and the p. Let me just add it here, guys, and the p. Let me add this max width be a none to fix this problem, and the big text align center. Okay, I'm adding it. Okay, max width be a none. Now, as you can see right now, we fixed this problem. Let's go to a side of this grid flex and about row, as you can see it. So for grid flex, guys, grid flex, and let me add a display flex and the grid gap 20 pixel and align item center. Okay, this is our grid flex, as you can see right now. And for this about row, let me just style it, guys. Okay, and yeah, the center be this. Okay, now for the about row, let me add a display flex and the flex stasher column. Okay, and the grid gap 50 pixel flex. Let me add it a little flex 120%. Okay, we add the flex stasher column to this icon and this for this text and icon, as you can see right now. So now for the row, let me style off this, or you know what, let me just style off this image for second first. Yes, the second. So let me just add it second to add the position and the content, and yeah, to add a little width second, content be empty, and the position relative set the width 100% and the height 700 pixel. Okay, z index -1. Okay, now yes, I think we fixed this problem, and we're gonna go for this row now, for this row, and after this we're gonna decrease this image size, as you can see it. So for this row of this box row, as you can see, let me just style it, the row, and let me add a display flex again, and align item center, grid gap for distance, and the space 50 pixel, and the position relative, and let me add a padding, little padding for this, padding 15 pixel, I'm sorry, 15 pixel. Yep, as you can see right now, we fixed and we created this about this page of the about. This is a row, and this is about row for this 3 box of the row, as you can see it, and this is a grid flex, as you can see it, with this image of the center. Let's go to the side of this icon to change the color and add a little square for it. So for the icon, and I think we add icon 2, so let me just add the icon 2 to add the position relative. Okay, and now for the icon and the ion icon, and for the icon 2, let me just copy this, guys, paste it, icon 2. Okay, and okay, now for the font size, let me add the font size for this 2.0, and the border radius 50%, and the color, yeah, both white. Okay, let me add a padding 15 pixel. Okay, good. Now for the box shadow, guys, let me just copy this box shadow. After this, let me just copy it and paste it here. I think I'm sorry for this, guys. Okay, yep, now it's better a little. Okay, now for this box shadow, let me just check it to see and we need anything to change. Let me add this 10 pixel. Okay, let me add this. You know what, let me just copy this. Yes, let me just copy this, paste it again for this inset, and be this 0 pixel, 5 pixel, and 0 pixel, and this 0 pixel, this 0 pixel, 0 pixel, and 0 pixel. There we go. Now beautiful. Yep, and for this inset of the RGB, let me 18 pixel, 8 pixel, yeah, 100 pixel for this black color that we needed inside it. Yep, now it's better. And for this 30 pixel, 10 pixel, 35 pixel, and 5 pixel. There we go. Now we get this of this box shadow, and of course, as you can see right now, we didn't add a background, and as usual, as a normal div, it's a transparent, as you can see it, with a box shadow. There we go. And let me just add a border, and if you don't like it, you can just don't add it, but I want to add it. Border 1 pixel solid, and the color, let me on this from the part 2 of this color, but I think it's cool and it's beautiful for this icon. So this is our icon, as you can see right now. Oh, font size, it doesn't work, I'm sorry. Okay, now let's go to create this square of this icon. So the icon before, and this is why I add the position relative, because I want to add the icon before. Let me just add the content empty. Okay, and the position absolute. Okay, the top 50%, left 50%, transform translate -50%, -50%. I didn't copy it, but yep. So rotate 45 degree for this rotate. Set the width and the height 100 pixel. Okay, now let's go to create a background and the box shadow. So background, let me add this color, just like we added in the body. Yep, and this color, as you can see, we created here. And now for the box shadow, let me just copy it, paste it here. Okay, I think we want to create a black color, so we don't need this first. Let me just delete it. Okay, this is a 10 pixel, nice. And add this, yeah, let me just delete this. Yep, that's enough for this. And let me add this 2 pixel, 2 pixel, and let me RGB of the black color GB. Let me a 2 instead of 5, and this be 80% or 8 here. And let me just add a 5 pixel for this. 5 pixel, 5 pixel, 10 pixel, 10 pixel. Okay, and for this 5 pixel, 5 pixel, 20 pixel. Okay, let me just add it here. 5 pixel, 5 pixel, 20 pixel, and we don't need this. Okay, here we go, guys. We create this square, beautiful. Let me just add the border radius. So the border radius set to 15 pixel. Yep, now everything looks fine. Just we need to style off this image, and if you think the image size is good, you can keep it. But let me just see it in a full screen. But yeah, I think it's good for this about page. I keep it right now, and we don't need to style it for now, guys. So let me just the same the width and the height for this. And let me just continue, and let me just style off this a link to go in the next page, guys. Okay, the text A for the A link, let me just add a padding 15 pixel, 25 pixel. Okay, now the font size set to 1.2, text decoration be a none. Okay, and this color, let me add this, and set the position relative because we want to add it after for this or before, and the z-index 1. Okay, let me add border radius 40 pixel, and the background just like we added in body of this. Here we go. So the box shadow, let me just copy this, guys, for the A link. Yep, let me just copy it, paste it here for this box shadow. Okay, remove this, we don't need it, and 0 pixel, and let me remove this, and let me change the color to this color of white, and I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's good. Let's go and continue, and let me just add a transition for adding hover. Let's use a simple transition for this instead of cubic bezier, guys, for this video. And let me add a border 2 pixel solid, and let me hashtag ABE. Okay, and if you don't like it, you can just remove it, guys, but I think it's good. Yeah, now let's go to create a text hover, and after that we're gonna create a before for this. So the text a hover, let me add a border 2 pixels solid, and let me add this color. Okay, nothing changed, but yeah, nothing better. And let me add black color of this, guys, black color for the box shadow, and I want to add a 70 pixel for this outside of this box shadow, and for the inside it, I think it's good, guys. I'm sorry for that. Okay, now let me just change it right now. I'm sorry again. -5 pixel, -5 pixel, and let me add this 2 pixel. Let me add this 70 pixel, and we don't need this, so just delete it, and this we don't need it again, delete it, and let me just add this 70 pixel. Okay, now it's better. Yes, now let's go to create an after for this. So text a after, let me just copy this, paste it, after or before doesn't matter, but let me just name it after, and the content be empty, position absolute, or you know what, let me just copy this, the width and the height, to not just go fast for the next, and let the top be 30%, and this be 50%, and let me remove this rotate, we don't need it for this. Okay, set the width as 0 pixel and the height at 2 pixel to be aligned in the center of this word, as you can see it. So now let me just add a background and the box shadow. Let me just copy this, paste it here. Okay, there we go. This is our box shadow, the same box shadow. I don't want to change it. I don't think we need to change it, but yeah. Okay, this is the after of this, and the border radius, let me add the border radius 50%, and the transition to add the hover for this, and let me a simple to add a hover. Now for the hover, guys, okay, the text a hover after. Let me just add a width to create a line in the center of this text, as you can see. So to create this 225 pixel. Yep, I think it's good, guys. Yeah, very good. And yeah, the transition, I think it's working. Now I think the transition of this text a hover doesn't work. So let's go for the next page. We don't need it to solve this problem, but again, why this happened, I just don't know why this happened. I think the live service. And now for the next page of this work, guys, as you can see it with this box to create this line. So let me just start with a work. I think I named it work. Let me just see it. We finish off with this about page, and I just didn't start off with this image. I think it's good. Now let me just create it here. Let me add a padding 170 pixel, 0% for the left and the right. Okay, this is our work. Now let me add the position relative and the display grid template column, repeat 2 1 align item center and align item center. Okay, set the grid gap for that space 50 pixel for this. Here we go. Now this is our work, as you can see it, but the problem is that this. So first I want to add a third, just like we had the second, and this is our third image. So set the width 500 pixel for this box and the height 500 pixel, and the set position relative. In any case, we want to add any before. Let me just style of this box 1 and the box 2 and the box 3. So the box 1, let me add the box 1 and let me add the width 300 pixel, height 200 pixel, and the text align be center. Okay, let me add the background with the box shadow and the border radius. Okay, background, oh no, not this, background with the box shadow. Here we go. Let me just copy it and paste it here. Okay, the background, let be the same. We don't need to change it, and I just add the background to let not be transparent. Okay, as you can see right now. And for the box shadow, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 10 pixel, and we added too much, 1 pixel this, 1 pixel, and this is 0 pixel. There we go. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, now I think it's better, guys. Yeah, and let me just see it, or this be a 13 pixel, 20 pixel, 10 pixel. Okay, now better. And for this 20%, as you can see, of RGB minus 20 pixel, minus 19 pixel. Okay, and 20 pixel. Here we go. Yep, here we go. This is our box shell, as you can see it. Let me just add the border radius to go next. Border radius 30 pixel. Here we go. This is our first box, and let me just add the position absolute with the top and the left. Position be absolute, the top be at 12%, guys. Okay, and left minus 26%. Okay, this is first box, as you can see it. And now for the box on one, the same of this style of this, that we have the same text and the same this of this icon. I just want to change of this position for this box on one, and let me just the top be a 36%, and the left minus 26%. The same. Yes, there we go. Yep. Let me just add opacity to add animation in the last. We don't need it first. Yep, this is our box. And now for the box 2 and the box 2 on, or you know what, let me just style of this text. It's just not good. I'm sorry for this, guys. So the style of this, let me just box 1 h1. Let me first start with this. To set the font size 1.0 rem, font weight 600, margin, let me add the margin top 40 pixel and the margin bottom 10 pixel. and let me add a letter spacing for little space. Yeah, let's continue, guys. So this is a box on H1. I don't know if it's work or not, so let me just copy paste it for the 2 and the 3. Box 2 H1 and the box on 2 H1. The font size let be the same, but the font weight and the letter spacing, let me just remove this, guys. We don't need it. Just add this. Okay, and for this let me just add a description P. Okay, box 2, I start with the 2 and this P2, box on 2. Set the font size 0.8. Okay, and we don't need a margin top and a margin bottom. Or you know what, let me just remove this and let be this 0 pixel, and we don't need the letter spacing for this. Okay, this is for this box P of the description, and for this box 3, there we go. Let me just add the same H1, and let me just add a margin bottom for the icon. Let me a 15 pixel, and letter spacing be the same, right? Okay, for the box 1 of the P, let me here box on 1 and the box on P1. Okay, and the box 3, if we add any box 3P, the font size be the same, so the font would be the same, just we need to add line height with a margin bottom. So margin bottom, let me set it to 35 pixel, and the line height, let me add it 35 pixel. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, the font size I just didn't add it. I'm sorry for this. Yep, I think now it's working. Let me just add it here again, and here, and here. Oh, sorry again. Yep, now it's work. And for this last one, yep, now everything it's working, guys. Just we need to style after this box. So for this the box 2 and the box 3, let me just copy this. So the box 2, let me just copy and paste it here. Okay, the box 2, set the width 300 pixel and the height be a 300 pixel instead of 200 pixel. Okay, and for the top and the left 5%, the top be a 5% and the left 50%. Let me just see it. Yep, now it's good. And the border radius be the same, the box shadow be the same, no need to change it. Okay, this is our box 2 as you can see it. Okay, for the box on 2 of this, let me just change the position, and let me add opacity 0 first, opacity be a 0, and for this top left minus, the top be a minus 22%, okay, and the left 32%. There we go. Let me just add a box 3, or you know what, let me just copy this, paste it, box 3. For this, for the height be a 100 pixel, and let be a same, text align be a center. Okay, the top be 80%, and the left be a 9%. Okay, yep, now it's good. I'm sorry for this, guys, again. And line height, let me just, where is it? 35 pixel. I'm sorry again. Yep, the problem is solved. Just we need to style off this icon, and with this to add a space, justify can't there be a space between. So first let me just start with the box space that we added here. Let me just show you, this is box space. I want to add the display flex and the justify content be a space between. Okay, now box space box space, let me add a display flex just like I said, and the justify content space between, and align item center. Let me add the margin 20 pixel. Here we go. As you can see there now, this is our box space 1. Now for the box space 2, let me just copy paste it. I want just add this margin 0 pixel for the top and the bottom, and 20 pixel for the left and the right. So this is the difference for this box space 2. Now for the box space 3, guys, let me just again copy paste it, and we don't need this. Yes, let me just add a transform to add a translate y. So transform translate, set it to 40 pixel for this, and let me add a scale 1.5. Let me do this box space 3 for this icon, as you can see right now, guys. Yeah, and if you think this is big, you can just resize it, but the problem is it just yeah, as you can see, this is a live server, and I just resized it to this max width. But yeah, this is the box space 3. Now let me just change of this font size for this icon, as you can see it. So for this icon too, ion icon, let me just add it here. Or you know what, I think I added here ion icon. Yes, I added it here. I'm sorry, just delete it, we don't need it. Okay, and for this icon too, ion icon, let the font size 1.5 rem. Okay, and the border radius be the same, everything be the same, we don't need to change it. And yeah, and let me just add the margin to add a space 0 pixel and 5 pixel for the left and right. Yeah, now I think it's better, guys, as you can see it right now. Yes, this is this box 1 and the box 2 and the box 3. And if I want to show you the box on 2, let me just see it if we have any problem. As you can see, this is a box 2 on box on 2, I'm sorry, box on 2, and we add animation to add opacity in animation to just keep changing for this box 1 and the box on 1. Okay, now let's go for the next page, guys. Yes, the next page, I think, oh yes, the next page is card. So first let me add a buy, guys. For the buy, let me add a display grid template column, repeat to 1 of r, and align item be a center, position relative, and grid gap to add the distance or the space 50 pixel. And the padding top, let me just add the padding top, here we go, 100 pixel. Okay, this is our buy, as you can see it for this card. And I think it's not center of this text, so let me just see it, guys. I'm sorry for this text center of this h1. Yes, here we go, just add the text align center. Sorry again, guys. Okay, now it's better. I'm sorry again. So let's just continue for this card. So now we create this buy page for this card. Now let's go to style of this card 1 and the card 2. So first, card 1, position relative, set the width 400 pixel and the height 500 pixel, and the background with the box shadow, and let me adjust black color for the box shadow. Yep, and with the background, so what happened, I'm sorry. Okay, let me just copy, paste it here. Now the background, let me just change it, the color, let be this color for this background of the card 1. Now for this box shadow, first let be this 30 pixel, and let me just change a color of this card 1, and for this this is our first card, as you can see it right now, guys. Okay, and the box shadow, let me just set it to 5 pixel. 5 pixel, and this be a 10 pixel. Good. Now 5 pixel, 5 pixel, 20 pixel, 5 pixel, and this be a 5 pixel, 20 pixel. Okay, this is our box shadow, and let me just add a margin 0 auto and a display block. I just want to be a center, but yeah, let me just add overflow hidden. And you're gonna ask why I add this overflow hidden, because I want to add image inside it, because I want to add image inside of this card. So to show you what I mean by that, let me just add an image to show you what I mean by that. So let's just keep going for this, and let me add the border radius 30 pixel, and let me add a transition 40. Okay, and let me add is out. Okay, this is our transition, just simple transition, guys. And as you can see, just like I said, we'll add this overflow hidden. We don't want this image be outside of this page, be outside of this card. Now for the card 2, let me just copy paste it here. Card 2, let me the width and the height be the same, but the background, let me just change it. Okay, the background be this, and the box shadow, yeah, 2 pixel, 0 pixel, 1 pixel. Let the color be this, and for this be F. Okay, F40. There we go. Now it's beautiful. Now let me just go for a center card that we added here. Let me just show you what I mean by this. And this is our by page, yes. And this is our center card. I want to add this to style it. So for center card, let me just add it here, or let me just copy this, paste it. Center card. Position be absolute. And let me add the top and left. Top be a 72%, left 50%. Okay, the transform translate minus 50%, minus 50%. Okay, the set width and height, let me the center card, yes, set width, let be a 65%, 65% for the height. Here we go. And yeah, we don't need a box shadow because this is our image with a background. We don't need it again. And yeah, here we go. This is it. And let me just change of this image of the color. So filter, I'm sorry, to add a hue rotate, hue saturation or hue rotate. To change the color, let me 20 degree. Okay, as you can see it, we changed of this image of the color in a center card, and we're gonna just resize of this image. So first let me just continue for this center card 2, and let me just add a cubic base. I just forget about that. The cubic base here for this, let me add cubic base here, and this. Okay, now for the cubic base here, first okay, this is our cubic base here, guys, after this center card of the card 1. Now for the center card 2, copy paste it here, center card 2, and hue rotate, let me just change it after this color of the image, set it 110 degree. Yep, nice, everything looks fine, guys. And we just need to resize of this image inside it. Now first let me just style off this icon that we have here. So I name it icon center, and icon center 2. Icon center 2. Let me just copy paste it here. Okay, position absolute. Let me just okay. Position be absolute. The top and the left be the same. We don't need to change it. Just let me add a transition with is in to add a hover for it. Transition is out. Okay. I'm sorry, it's out. Okay. And let me add the z-index. We don't need the width and the height. Z-index 2. Okay, now it's center as you can see it. Now let's just resize of this image. After that we're gonna go with icon to style it. Oh, you know what, let me just finish it to style of this icon center. So first, icon center, ion icon. Let me add the font size. Let me just copy this icon, paste it here, and instead of writing, guys, to go fast, to animation 2.0 for the font size. Okay, border radius be same, nothing to change it, and for the padding 20 pixel B. Yep, and background, let me just add the background, or you know what, let me just change it. I don't think it's good. Let me add this color. Okay, and the box shadow, instead of that, for this box shadow, guys, so the box shadow. Okay, now it's good. I think just let me just change it 1 pixel and 2 pixel, 0 pixel. Okay, and 0 pixel, this be a 2 pixel. Okay, 30 pixel of this color, yes, 5 pixels. Okay, now it's good. I think here we go. This is our box shadow for this icon, as you can see, the guys. Now for the center icon center 2. So for this icon 2, let me just copy this, and instead of that with a background, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, icon center 2, and yeah, and we don't need the margin, I'm sorry. Okay, let me just here it. I didn't change the name. Let me just see it. Icon center 2, I'm sorry, I didn't change the name. Let me icon center 2. There we go. Now we change of this color of the background and the box shadow. Now let's go to resize of this image. So let me just quick do it for this center chord and the center chord image. Okay, center chord 2 and the center chord image, center chord 2 image. Here we go. First, let me add the position absolute in the top 50% and the left 50%, and with the width and the height. Let me just copy this, paste it fast. 50%, 50% for the left. Okay, and for the width and the height, let be a 400 pixel, 400 pixel, and this 400 pixel for the height. There we go. There we go, guys. This is this image, as you can see it right now. Beautiful. Yeah. And now let's go. Yeah, I think everything looks fine for this card 1 and the card 2, but the problem, why the card 1? Okay, let me just check it, the card 1. I'm sorry, to go fast in a footer and style the animation. So the card 1, 2 pixels, 0 pixel, 1 pixel, 0 pixel. Let me this 1 pixel. Yep, now everything looks fine. Yes. Okay, now let's go to the next page or the next section, which is a footer. Okay, now let's go. I'm sorry, let's go for the hover. I just forget about hover. I'm sorry again. So now for the hover, let me start with the card 1 hover. and card 1 hover and the card 2 hover. Okay, let me just add the transform and the scale to the scale 1.1 for this scale. It's not working. Why? Oh, I'm sorry guys, I just okay, the problem is at this center of the footer. This is the problem, so let me just turn it off to see the hover animation. Where is it? There we go. Let me just off it. I'm sorry again. Okay, now yes, the hover it's working. Let be a 1.1. Okay, now this is our first hover. Second hover for the center card of this image. Okay, now for the text and the icon to hover it. First, let me just start with the text. Okay, the text center. This be a center again. Okay, let me opacity 0 for the hover. Yeah. Yep. Now for the icon, let me just copy paste it. Icon center. Icon center and icon center too. Okay, now for the icon center too, I want to add a transform. Translate -50% and -50%, and I want to add a scale to become a big in this animation. So a scale 1.2 for this hover. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, now it's work, but the problem is, as you can see, we didn't add this cubic base. So let me just add it guys, I'm sorry. So let me just add it in a text center. Yeah, where is the text center? Oh, let me just add it here. I'm sorry, the text center. Okay, there we go. Let me just add transition, and now I think, yeah, now I think it's work. And we just need to add a 2 hover, but we're gonna need an animation for this image. So let's just skip it and go for the footer page. Okay, now for the footer page, guys, first let me just call a footer and add a padding top 120 pixel, display flex, and the justify content space between. There we go. Now for the last center that we added here, I want to add it here. So the last center of the image, let me call it here last center. Set the width 300 pixel for this box and the height 400 pixel. Set the position absolute and the top 35%, left to 11%, content empty. Yep. And now for the last center of this center image, let me just copy, or you know what, let me just copy paste it here, last center of this center image, this image, and let me just copy this, and instead of that paste it here. So position be absolute, top be a 50% to be a center, guys, and the left be a 50% the same, and for the width and the height be a 400 pixel for this image of the last center, 400 pixel, and for the height 400 pixel. Now let's see the website, let's save it. The problem is still have it, and okay, let's just keep going, and you know what, let me just see it in a last set. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I just forget to turn it on. I'm sorry again, guys. The turn it on. Let me just. Okay. Now let me see it. Where is it? Okay, it doesn't work because we didn't add a BG footer of the position relative. So let me add the BG footer. Let me just see the problem, fix it. The BG footer, let me add the position relative. Here we go. Now we fixed this problem, and this is our image as you can see it here. Here we go. Now let's go to create this background for this footer. For background, let me just add the bg footer. Just like I said, we want to add a background. And let me just copy and paste it here. Okay, now for the content position, so the top be 60% and the left be the same. Now I need to change it and set the width 100% and the height 110% for this height. There we go. Now I'm sorry for this rotate. Okay, now let me just add a z-index -2. Oh yes, -2, and the box shadow, let me just see it, 30 pixel, and no need to inset, so I just remove this. And for this RGB, that be this, and this be 50%, with this be 40% of RGB, and let's be a 30 pixel, 10 pixel, 35 pixel, and the 5 pixel. Yes. Okay, and for this RGB, -5 pixel, -5 pixel again, and 15 pixel. Yeah, now it's better, guys. I think, yeah, now it's better. This is our background. Now for the flex footer, let's go for these three. Let's go for this box of these three cool. The flex footer, let me just call it a display flex. Okay, and the margin top, let me add 150 pixel. Yeah, now it's better to be the same with image. Okay, now let me start off with this cool. So the cool, to add the display flex action column, display flex, and the flex action column. Now let me just add this a little space between this cool. So let me just add a margin 0 pixel, 75 pixel. Yep, now it's better. And let me just, yeah, now it's better, guys, as you can see it. Okay, now let me just call a link of the cool. Call a link, and to add the color and font size. So the cool A, let me just add a color. Let me this color. Margin bottom 10 pixel, text decoration be none, and font size 1.2 rem, font weight, transition for hover, okay, and the position relative for the before and after. Here we go. Yep, now it's better. Let's go for the first. Let me just add the hover. So the cool A hover, I will just add this color of the white or ghost white, the color. Okay, and let me add a scale in a hover. This is a cool when I use it. So let me just 1.2, and now as you can see it, it's very nice. Yep, I love it, this hover. Every time I use it, a scale for it. So let's go to create this circle of the after. So cool A after, let me just copy this, paste it. The box shadow would be the same, so let me just okay, top be 56% and the left -28%. Okay, and yeah, let me add the rotate 45 degree, but yeah, and set the width and the height 20 pixels. Okay, now let me just add a background with a box shadow. So background, here we go. This is our background. Let me just add it here in this. Okay, this is our background, and I think we need to change it a little. Yes, 5 pixels for this. Let me just remove it. We don't need, oh, I'm sorry. Just copy and paste it. 5 pixel for this, 5 pixel, and this be a 5 pixel. Okay, now it's better. Yes, and for the RGB, minus 5 pixel, minus 5 pixel. Let me just add it. Minus 5 pixel, minus 5 pixel. Okay, and be 5 pixel for this RGB. Yes, 5 pixel. Okay, now for the last RGB, I think they'll be the same. No need to change it. Let me add a border radius to be a circle. Let me just 15 pixel. There we go. Now it's circle. And let me add a transition to add a hover. Less in 1 second. Now for the cool A after hover. Okay, now for the hover of this, let me just add background with the box shadow to change it, but the box shadow, so the background, let me just copy this, paste it, change the background to this color. Okay, and for the box shadow, let me add this 14. Yeah, let's just keep it, change this via this. Let me just sample. Let's go next. I'm sorry for this. So now let's go for this copyright. So let me just call a last and add a padding for it. So last, let me add a padding, and just we need a left and the right. So let me add a padding 0 pixel 10%, 0 pixel 10%. Okay, as you can see it right now. Here we go. Now it's beautiful. Now let me just add a copyright to add, copyright to add the position relative for the before. Position relative. And now let's go to create this before, to create a line between this and last. Before. And let me add a position absolute with the top and the left. And let me just copy this text A after instead of that. Text A after. There we go. Copy this, paste it here. Now set the top a minus 50% and the left is same, and set the width 100%, yes. Height be the same, and let me just add the background be a white. Okay, now yes, we created. Here we go. And let me use this box shadow. Yes. Here we go. Now this is everything you need to create this website with this style, and I hope you like it with this image. Yep. And yeah, let me just, now let's go to create this animation, and after that we go for the max width to create it for the phone and the tablet. Okay guys, I start on changing color of this website with one simple code, and we don't need a JavaScript, just we go in CSS. First I just need to create HTML to add animation inside it. So HTML, let me add animation and let me name it hue 30 seconds linear forwards infinite. Okay, this is animation. Now let me add a keyframes to show you what you need to create this animation. So the keyframes, add hue, and now let me add a 0%. You just need to add a filter and this beautiful code here rotate to just change a color even if you have image inside of your website. So just add a 0 degree, which is a normal, and in 10%, I start with the 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, 100%. Okay, now let me just add it. 20%, 30%, 40%, and 50%. I'm sorry, 60%. Okay, there we go. It's up to you what color you need to change it, and if you just want to change of the color, you just add here hue, rotate, and just keep change of this color. So I just offer this animation. Now just choose the color that you want to add it here in your animation. So for example, guys, if I just choose this color, or this color, as you can see it, I just copy this and paste it here in a 10% or 20%, and you just choose this color and add it here. And as you can see, we have a different color in this hue rotate. So I just add my custom hue color. 10% I want to be the same, but in the 20% I want the color be a change, be a 30 degree. Okay, now in a 20%, you're gonna see the color change it in a 30 degree of this color. So now in a 30%, I want to be again the same color, 30 degree, and in a 40%, I want to be 180 degree, and this be a 50%, 180 degree. Now let's see the color. First be a blue of a 30 degree of the color, and the 40%, 50%, the color change it again. So as you can see it, I think it's, yeah, as you can see the color is changing, guys. So let me just change it in a 60%. Now in a 60% I want to be 120 degree, and the 70% 120 degree for this color. There we go. Now 80% I want the color be 275 degree, and in a 90% be the same. Let me just copy paste it here, and 1% be a 0 degree. So let me just see the website and see the color. So as you can see, yes, as you can see right now, it is start from the 30 degree and go to 180 degree, as you can see right now. And yeah, and this is the animation of the changing color. Just need to add this. And if you want, you can add more color. Or for example, if we don't like of this background, you want to be a dark or lighter, you just need to add, let me just show you in inspect what you need to add it here. So for example, if you don't like this color, or you want to be a darker of the background, you just need to add a filter hue. Oh, I'm sorry. You just need to add a constant, and just change it, or for example 1.1, or it's too much, I think it's 1.05. yes. Now as you can see, this is a darker, but if you want to be a lighter, you just need to add brightness, I think, yes, brightness, and just keep change of this, and you see we got a bright of this and the light of this website with a cool animation. But if you just use these, you're gonna see the text, it's crush, and it's not good when you use a brightness in this. So I recommend that don't use too much of the brightness. But yeah, we have a lot of more of, for example, grayscale, like old movies, and yeah, you can use it. For example, if I just show you, we have a blue, brightness, contrast, drop shadow, and the grayscale, just like I said, in invert, and yeah, a lot of more, opacity, and yeah, sepia, as you can see it. But yeah, just like I said, this is our animation that keep change of this color. Now let's go for the next of animation for this circle to keep rotated. So all you're gonna need to do, you just add it here on this center, or let me just add it here, or let me just find it, guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, animation, let me add name it rotate, as a rotate, 50-second linear forwards infinite. Okay, and let me just copy paste it for this center 2 and center 3. Okay, And as you can see, let me just show you the image of this. This is the first image, the second image is this, and the third image is a lettuce that we have here. So this is a center one of this image, and let me just, okay, this is a center one, and I want this center to be a reverse instead of a forwards animation, to just reverse of the animation, and the center 3 be a forwards, the same, and the time second be the same, and let be this 60 second. Okay, and now let's go to create this animation of the keyframes. Now all you need to do to add it here in this animation, let me just add it here. As usual, we add the transform translate 50% 50% to be a center, so we added here transform translate minus 50%. You know, let me just copy this, paste it. Okay, and add a rotate here 0 degree, and now in a 100% change this rotate 360 degree for this. Now as you can see, this is a forward animation and this is a reverse animation, as you can see it, and this is again forward animation. And yeah, this is our animation. But there is a problem when you use this animation, guys. I need to explain you as a teacher. So first let me just add the animation inside of this top image. So let me just copy this, paste it in a top image, yes, here, and this top image, and let me just change this 55 seconds. Yep, here we go. This is our animation, and yeah, this is our animation. Okay, oh yes, and for this let me just add it. For this center chord one, let me just find it, guys. Let me add it here. Here you go. Now add it here, center chord one, and let me just 20 seconds for this time of this. And for this center chord 2, let me this, and let me this forwards, but this be a reverse instead of that. And let's see it. Yep, now the animation is very good. And first, before we go for this explain of this chord of this, so first let me just explain what the problem with this rotate. As you can see, this is the animation, but for example, if I just add a new animation, let me just show you what I mean by this is the problem. Okay, what is it? This, I'm sorry, let me just, okay. So for example, if I just add this of this, let me just add it here. This is the animation of the top image, the same animation, but for example, if I just style the animation, let me just copy it to show you what I mean by this. Okay, for example, if I just reduce a second and add opacity to show you what happened right now, you can see we get this animation, but as you can see, it's not a center, or it's not the same animation. It's going up and going down. As you can see right now, it's not good. Yep, and this is a problem that I just tell you what I mean by that. For example, now why this happened, guys? It's very simple. Let me just show you to understand it. For example, this is a center of the top image. Okay, this is a top image that we have here. It's not the same position, that just keep rotated. Why this happened? It's because my image, it's not a center. But if you just see the detail of this image, as you can see it here, for example, let me just show you. It's just the same width and the height. But again, why this happened? Because the PNG of this image, it's not a real circle, and it's not the same width and the height. But for example, if I just choose this original image that have here, it's a real center, real center. And let me just show you what I mean by this. PNGW. Okay, this is the original image to show you. And as you can see, this is a real circle that have same width and the height inside of this PNG. and you get this animation of this beautiful. And yep, as you can see, this is a better animation. And just be careful when you choose this image of this. And I just and I just don't know how to create an image, so I just create a bad picture. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry guys, just be careful when you choose this image to add animation of the rotate, because the rotate of this animation need a real width and the height be the same, and inside the PNG be the same width and the height. So just be careful when you choose this image, just in case if you see this problem when happened you add this animation of this. But yeah, this is a better of this image as you can see it. But if you just see it here, the PNG of this circle, it's not same width and the height, but the size of this image is the same at width and height. So just be careful when you choose this image, and when you choose next image, when you just need to create an animation inside of this rotate. So just be careful, the same width and the height even inside of this PNG be a circle, so be careful about that. But yeah, this is the important thing you must know about this, guys. I hope you understand this. And yeah, and this is why, and this is why this is a problem happens. So I sorry for this, my image it's not good. Okay, now I have another animation of the rotate. I just forget to say it, guys. If you don't like of this rotate, you can just use of these keyframes. I'm going to show you guys, which I use it for example for the 3D project. If I don't like this animation of the keyframes, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You're gonna use this animation. Let me just show you. You're gonna add a 25% and 50% and 75%. 50% and 75%. Okay, 75% for this. And for this, you're gonna add here 25%. What you're gonna add? You're gonna add a rotate. Oh, I'm sorry. I just skipped F. Okay, now you're gonna add this rotate Y instead of rotate X, Y, Z. So rotate Y be a 90 degree for this, and for this is 50%. This be this rotate Z instead of X, Y, and let be 180 degree. And for a 75%, guys, what you're gonna add is rotate X instead of Y, Z. So I know it's math, but I just wanted you to see the animation. If you like it, to use it. So for example, this is a rotate X of this, and now let's show you what happened. Oh, I'm sorry, let me just remove this. Okay, now see the animation. As you can see, this is a good animation for a 3D. When using this animation inside of this 3D image. But yeah, as you can see, this is a nice animation. We use a rotate Z, X, Y for 25% and 50% and 75%. And if I just explain how to use it in this animation, or how to choose it, it's gonna take a time for this explain. So I just hope you love it, and if you like it, you're gonna use it, for example. But yeah, this is animation of the 3D. Okay, I go with the same animation of this rotate. Now the next animation, let's go for this box of this. We add this opacity 0 for this box on. Let me find it. Here we go. Yes, box on 1. So for animation of this, guys, what I'm gonna do, I'm just add animation, and let me add it opa 1, a simple name, 10 second. Oh, you know what is, let me choose it, this forwards infinite for this animation. And for this animation, let me just copy paste it here and name it opa 2, 10 second, the same, and let me is in instead of is in instead of is. Okay, forwards infinite. And for box 2, the same animation of the opacity 1, and this be opacity 2. Okay, just okay, here we go. This is now, let's go to create this animation of keyframes, guys. Now any keyframes of the opacity 1, keyframes of the opacity opa 1, let me add a 0%. Let me opacity 1 as usual. The first box is opacity 1, we don't need to hide it. So in a 50%, let me again opacity 1, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. 50%. Let me again opacity 1, and in a 51%, I want this 51% the opacity be a 0. Now you ask me why I add this 50% to be opacity 1. So if, for example, if I just remove this, as you can see it, the box shadow keeps opacity 0 until to reach 51%, and it's gonna disappear. But if I just add this 50%, the opacity y is still in a 50%, and when I reach at this 51%, the animation be opacity 0, as you can see it right now, guys. Now in a 99%, guys, as we can see it, add it again, just like we added here 50%, add it again, opacity 0 be opacity 0, and 100% be a same of a 0%. There we go. As you can see, this is the animation of this, and when I reach a 51%, opacity be 0, and the 99% is still opacity be 0, and when I reach a 100%, opacity be 1. Okay, now for opacity of the 2 animation, let me just add it. And for this, as usual, for a box on 2, which was a 0 opacity, and in a 51%, let be a 1. And for this, now let's see the animation of these boxes, guys. Here we go. This is our animation of the boxes. I didn't I'm sorry, I didn't why this has happened for this box 2. Let me just check this box 2p. Oh yes, here we go. I'm sorry. Now let's see it again. I'm sorry again, guys, I'm very sorry for this. So yeah, here we go, just like I said, and this is our animation of the box. Hope you learn it, guys. And if I just remove it again to show you what happened if I just remove this is one animation, it's flat. But if I just choose a 15% and a 99%, now it's better animation for this opacity of the boxes to add opacity inside it. Here we go. Now let's go for this animation of the last, which is a card. Now I'm going to show you what the problem have when I just, for example, guys, if one day you want to add animation inside the hover and we want this animation of the image be faster when I hover, the user hover this. So for example, if I just copy this, let me just find it, a center card 1, and put it here in hover of the here. Yes, here is center card hover. Where is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just add it here, the center card hover. Let me center card and the center card 2 to show you what I mean by this. For example, guys, just like I said, if I just want this animation be inside the hover and be faster, so I just reduce a second of this, and when, as you can see it, the problem is it just reset the animation. It just create a new animation for this hover, and this is a problem. Just like I said in part 1, this is a problem that everyone hates CSS, and we can fix this problem with a JavaScript. But just like I said, we don't use a JavaScript, we just use this CSS. So how to fix this problem? All you need to do, guys, you just go in HTML of this card that we have here, and you want to add it. For example, oh yes, this card 1, and this is a center card. You just add a new HTML and name it center card hover as a hover. Okay, and for this center card to hover to, center card hover to. So, and I'm gonna explain why I add this HTML. So let me just style it center card. Here we go. This is for this center card hover. Okay, that be same style, and for this center card hover to. Okay, let me just resize it. I'm sorry. Okay, to fix this problem, as you can see right now, and let me add it hover and the hover to for this. I'm sorry, hover and this be hover, and let me resize it to 600 pixel. Okay, now let's see it. As you can see, this is a center card to hover and a center card hover, as you can see inside it, with a nice width and the height. But as I said, I'm sorry, center. Okay, yes, but as I said, how to fix this problem? All you're gonna need to do, guys, first let me add opacity 0 here, okay, and here in this center card hover. Okay, now in a hover of this center card top 66% to go in the top of the center, and set the width 95%, height 95%, and add opacity 0. Let me just finish it to explain what I added here. Let me just copy this, paste it here for a hover, center card hover, and center card hover too. Okay, and the same width and the same height, but add opacity 1 here. And why I add this opacity instead of animation, guys? And now, guys, I add this opacity 0 instead of animation of this center card and center card 2, and I add opacity 1 in a center card hover. When user, for example, hover this center card be opacity 0, that gonna be hidden, and this center card hover, it's turned on, as you can see right now, and we get this better animation instead of that at the animation inside the hover. And we fixed this problem. And if you don't like this, for example, opacity, let me just change a second of this transition to fix this problem. Just change it to, for example, 2 seconds, or you know what, let me just change it in inspect instead of that. Let me just change it here, 2 seconds. Yeah, let me just, okay, as you can see it, we get this, and this be 1 second, and let me just copy paste it for this center card hover. Oh yes, this is the center card, sorry. Let me just copy paste it here to see how it's gonna be. As you can see it, we just add a new animation of the transition of the cubic bezier. And yeah, we fixed this problem. Again, if you don't like it, just add it more. But yeah, this is how to solve this problem with HTML and CSS instead of JavaScript, of course. And the JavaScript is 100% better at this. I think you're gonna find it in a Stack Flow of a website, but I didn't find it. But yeah, as you can see, this is a better animation. Instead of using animation inside the hover, you just need to add this HTML, the same of this, and just add opacity 0, and for this be opacity 1, and just keep changing of this animation that you want to add it here. So yeah, this is how to solve this problem. Yep, let's go. I think we finished up the animation, all the animation. Yes, yep, and this is everything you need to know of this creating website, of this beautiful animation with the change the background color. I hope you like it, guys. Hope you love it. Last one is add a media CSS. So I just copy this media CSS from the part 3 without image. Part 3 without image, guys. I just copy it and paste it to just finish this video. So for media of this number, as you can see it, we add with the size of the font size, h1 and the title, and for description and the section, as you can see it, for the left and the right. And for the header, I just reduce this padding of 8% and project one be 8%, as you can see right now. And the third, and for this third image that we have here, yes, third image, I just use a scale instead of using width and the height, and just reduce it. And if I just remove this, you're gonna see what happened right now. Yes, as you can see right now, it's gonna be big. But if I just use a scale, it just resides of this with a box and with this box, as you can see it. And this is a last center. I just add a left 2% to be here, guys. Okay, and the logo text on this text here, I think. Yes, yeah, I think now it's better. And for this media of this number, guys, again we just resize it, same resize it, and we don't need h1, I think, with p, and we just resize of this text a link, as you can see it here, text a link, resize it to the 1.0, as you can see it. And on my home image of this image, as you can see it, and instead of using width and the height, I just use a scale. And if I just remove this, you can see it. I think it's about row. Yes, about row. For this about row, as you can see it, we add a flex 180%. And for this hover of this line in center of this, we add a 200 pixel instead of a 225 pixel for the after. And for this cool, that we add a space of I think it was let me just see it, the cool, yeah, it was a 75 pixel. Instead of that, we use a 60 pixel to resize it. And as you can see it right now, we just resize it, the margin of this space. And now for the tablet of this media, as you can see it, we just reduce the size of the font size, and we remove this max width for h1 and p. And we just reduce the left and the right of the 6% instead of 8% or 10%. Yep, for this media of the tablet. And yeah, and for this home image before, we don't have a home image before. Yeah, just remove it. And for this home image, again, I just use a scale. And this is a part 3, by the way, guys. This is a part 3 of before. I just copy and paste it instead of typing. And grid flex, let me a flex action column for this. Yes, I think it's good for this about page, as you can see it. For example, if I just, yes, this is the tablet, as you can see it. We just add a flex action column, and the icon of this be a -1. Okay, and icon be a -1. Why this happens? I don't think we need this. Yes. Yes, this is good. We add icon -1 to be a same of this. Yes, I think it's good. We need to add this icon order -1. And for this second box, we don't have it. Remove it. Text, we don't have it. The third one of this image, display flex. Oh yes, we add a display flex and the margin 0 item to be a center. For example, let me just show you. If you see it here, it's not a center. What you're gonna need to do, you just need to add a margin 0 item with a display block. Or instead of that, you're gonna use a push absolute. But I think this is an easy way to just center of this image, guys. Yep, we fixed this problem. And for the card 1 and the card 2, we add the width 100% and the height 100. Okay, yeah, I think it's better. Yes, Now we add the card 1 and the card 2 will set with 100% for this. Here we go. And for this work of this, we add a grid template column, repeat one of this work, as you can see it. And for this distance or space between this cool, we add a 30 pixel, as you can see it right now. Let's go for the media of the font, as you can see it. We just keep resizing of the font and the project one, as you can see it. And now we add a grid template column, repeat one for this one, as you can see right now, and the text align be center. And we just reduce of this left and the right 4%. Yeah, and let's go to see it. Or hero before, we don't have a hero before. About before, okay, yes, about before. Yeah, nothing changed, I think. But yeah, about row. Okay, about row, and this be a row display. Why this? Okay, yeah, now better, guys. Yes, now better. Home image center with, just remove it. I don't know why I add this. Okay, now the card 1 and the card 2, let the height, we add the custom height. Okay, this is good, 450 pixel, as you can see it right now for the card 1 and the card 2. Yes, yeah, I think it's better from that 50%, 500 pixel, as you can see it, it's better. And for the car and for the contact, we don't have a contact one before, we don't have it, remove it. Let's go for the footer. We add the flex section column to be a next line. Okay, yes, better. Text align be a center, and the flex footer, we add a margin top. Oh yes, we add a margin top for this flex footer, as you can see it here, to not be in the same of this image, to add a distance or space between this image and this link, as you can see it. Yeah, I think now better. And we add the last center to set a width, and the left be a center of this footer, left to 50%, and the transport transit X, everything looks fine. And we reset of this circle, as you can see it here, to 15 pixel, and this height 15 pixel. Yeah, I think everything looks fine. And the last media for this, okay, and by the way, guys, if you don't want to resize of this width and the height, you can just add overflow is hidden. But the problem is the overflow is hidden doesn't work for the font. So I just, now let's go to the next. The first box of this grid gap be a 10 pixel, and grid row gap, we don't have a first box. Let me just remove it. We don't have a first box, I'm sorry. Now the grid box, yes, the grid box of this, we have the flex section column and the padding 50 pixels for this. Here we go. Yes, this is good, I think. And for the fork before, we don't have a fork before, and icon before that we have here, we add the width and the height for it to resize it. Okay, and for the footer, just like I said, we add the flex section column, and I think we add it here in a maybe after that. Okay, remove it, and we add this 20 pixel for the margin, and the text A before, we don't have it. Okay, remove it. Oh yes, nav LIA of this A link, as you can see it, we just, and I didn't add the JavaScript for this menu, I'm sorry for this, but yeah, I just resized the margin and padding for this, I'm sorry for this, but yeah, this is everything you need to create this media. And the by, oh yes, we add the by grid gap, yes, and the card, we add the width and the height 75% instead of 100%, to show you what I mean by this again. Right, yes, card 2, yes, now it's better, 75%. And we just resize of this box and the box 1 and the box 2, and use a scale instead of a width and the height. And we add the left for the box 2 and the box on 2. And yeah, for this media, I think it's good. And just like we added plan 3 without any image, I think it's good. And for this top image, we just resize it to 0.7 the scale of this top image. Doesn't work again. We add animation, so let me just add the width and the height 400 pixel and the height 400 pixel. Yep, now it's better, guys, for the top image. Yep, this is everything you need to create this media and for the phone and tablet. We learn our third part of our website. Thank you for watching this video, and if you love our design and our teaching, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. And thank you to see this part of the last part of creating a master of the CSS with a great animation, with a nice glitter and a nice how to solve this problem of the hover card and of other thing. And hope you like it, hope you learn it, guys. I will see you in another video, and we're gonna create a website with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I think a JavaScript it's better. We're gonna use a nice and better and nice design with a JavaScript. We need a system to just fix the problem of everything we need to create this website or other website. So make sure to subscribe, and bye, guys.